Fitbit's first attempt at a smartwatch, the Fitbit Ionic, was ambitious, but I think largely flawed. And that's why Fitbit is trying again with this. This is the new $199 Fitbit Versa. It's a fitness-focused smartwatch that's meant for really everyone, and that's why I think it might work. Let's take a closer look. So unlike the Ionic, the Fitbit Versa is a more friendly kind of device, and that's mostly because of its design. That angular hexagonal look is gone and it's been replaced with a nice, friendly, sort of approachable squircle design, which we see a lot of that in design sort of everywhere now, but it is actually quite nice. It's also roughly the same size as an Apple Watch turned on its side, which is nice. It's very light and actually very slim at 11.3 millimeters thick. Fitbit says this is the slimmest smartwatch they've ever made, which, since they've only made one before, probably isn't saying a ton, but it does feel remarkably comfortable, especially if you're using one of these woven straps. This is the special edition Fitbit Versa. There's going to be two models coming later this year, and I should also point out they're the only two versions of the Versa in the United States that have Fitbit Pay for contactless payments. That is a stock feature on the Ionic. I don't really know why it's not in all versions of the Versa aside from cost, but it's something you're gonna have to keep in mind if you want a smartwatch that kind of does it all. Fitbit hasn't yet confirmed a lot of the details. We don't know how fast this processor is. We don't know how much RAM is inside. That's okay. I actually think this runs quite a bit smoother than the Ionic when it first launched. That's probably largely due to the updated software that this thing is running, but even with that being the case, it feels dramatically better than the original Ionic out-of-the-box experience. In addition to being super slim, the display is actually quite bright. It's a 1.34-inch square display, and it's bounded on all sides by a decent amount of bezel. It might not be the most fashion-forward look. I think it succeeds in being approachable and friendly in a way that earlier Fitbit wearables weren't always. It's a nice change of pace. And yeah, I'm kind of enjoying the way it feels, especially because I'm kind of over this Apple Watch right now. It'll still do all of the same fitness tracking features and coaching that the original Fitbit Ionic did, and some features that are new to the Versa will eventually go to the Ionic in the form of a software update. One of the biggest features I should point out though is female health tracking, and this is frankly huge because it's so rare to see a technology company take the needs of women and keep them top of mind when they're designing a new product. But with the Fitbit Versa and with future devices running the software, you'll be able to track the intricacies of your period, your menstrual cycle, and also keep track of symptoms to kind of figure out maybe which ones are related to your periods and which ones aren't. So you have a better overall sense of your health as a result. That's super, super exciting. The fitness guidance you got on the Ionic exists here too, but it's actually gotten a little bit better. With the new Coach app, you can not only go through these guided workouts, but also rate them in terms of how difficult they were for you, so you get a more tailored workout down the road. It should actually help you achieve your strength goals because you have more feedback into what you're actually being given by your watch. And it's kind of weird to be taking orders from a watch anyway, but from what we've tried here, it does seem to work pretty well. While the package you're getting in terms of software is very, very similar to what the Ionic brought us last year, I think it's worth stating again how important the design here is. And once Fitbit has crafted a watch that feels easily masculine or feminine depending on what's attached to it, if you've got a rose gold body and a pink band, yeah, I think that would go on your mom or your sister or your girlfriend just fine. But when you throw a woven band or a dark leather band on something like this graphite body, that's gonna go great with actually just about everything that I own. I should also point out 4 gigabytes of internal storage, 2.5 gigabytes of which will be available for use for music storage that you can stream to any pair of Bluetooth headphones. It is also water resistant up to 50 meters, so you can take it out for a swim and not really worry about it. It takes a lot of what we really enjoyed about the Ionic and really massages it into a package that feels much more accessible and open and friendly. Like, this is something I would strongly consider giving to a person who has never used a smartwatch before. Largely, fitness features are what bring people back to this kind of device, and that's something Apple has figured out for themselves with the sport-focused Series 2 and Series 3. For Fitbit to have taken its sport and fitness-focused mentality and built this device that kind of feels accessible and ready to be used by just about anybody, that's a powerful thing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out when this thing goes on sale later this year.